Well, there is August 11th, 2022. It's 8:48 in the evening, Pacific Standard Time, Thursday. We were John C. Roseman, California. Yo, zombie from Rosamond. Upon hearing a conversation happening on A.C. Cooper on CNN tonight, I can only agree that we are going to hell in a handbasket at this point, and we are currently in a war. We just don't care to admit much to it, or acknowledge it seriously enough that people had to already declared this damn thing when they started following Trump. And because we've got this going ahead left and right, we got the rogues coming out. It's only a matter of time before we get the masses striking out one more time and knocking our asses out again, because we have people who claim that they love liberty and freedom. Wait until they start losing it left and right, and then tell me what liberty and freedom means to them all about, because right now it doesn't mean a damn thing. Neither does rights, as in civil rights, as in the Bill of Rights. My God, isn't that astounding? The civil rights that we have, the Bill of Rights that we've been living under for how many, 246 plus years since this country's been created? And because we're listening to an orange gas bag and all their other idiots at this point who think the government's so corrupt that they have no evidence of it, but they're totally fearful of it. That they're trying to drive and divide the entire country to tear itself apart. We'd seen other democratic societies being torn apart left and right. And we're in a process. We can't recognize that we're in a civil war right now. And it's scary as hell. My channel usually deals strictly with a personal situation concerning about grieving and everything else. But when I start turning into the political realm at this point over here, I know something's already banging against my skull at this point over here. I'm 56 years old. I don't even remember seeing our country in this deep much of a angst or anguish since the Vietnam War. And I'd only seen clippings of it throughout my life of how people protested on a set-up war that we did this to ourselves. All because we wanted to stop quote-unquote communism. We wanted to stop the Red Scare. We wanted to stop the Red Tide. And we were marching along the fears of a lunatic, McCarthy. We got the ghost of him whipping everybody into a frenzy. We got the personification of Donald J. Trump doing this. Democracy is not under threat. Democracy is being torn asunder. Despite all the best efforts we've got concerning about our media, the court decisions left and right, putting in weak-ass judges in there who don't value freedoms and liberties more. They value more conservative values. That this doesn't work. I know part of conservatism is in our heritage for a time, but afterwards we had to get busy. We had to get changing. We had to get to building our country. But instead, we're destroying the damn thing left and right, and we're blaming the other guy. We're both doing this to each other, and we're also the. Do I dare put that on the air? Do I dare put the middle finger out there on the air? So what are we supposed to do at this point? We attack the FBI because they're conducting a lawful investigation, but we're saying it's not. Because we're listening to fringe lunatics who claiming they have evidence and they don't have evidence. They never produced evidence. They just produced more fear. More whipping, more whipping. Whip, 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 whip. And people are responding to it. Their backs are getting scarred, but they don't care. They're under the Pharaoh's command. And the Pharaoh is the right-wing extremists that they're following, including Trump, who is their purported leader that they've fallen in love with. You might ask me for it, what my opinion is. I'm a born die-hard liberal. I'm a libtard. I've been branded as such, and I wear it proudly. My mother was liberal, but she signed up for conservative news articles because she wanted to see what the opposition was. And believe me, back between the 60s and 2000, or about the 90s, they were more so polite. If they're going to backstab you, they were going to backstab you. But at least they'll be nice and polite and have a nice conversation to produce their evidence, to produce their point of view, and then backstab you. But they did it so eloquently. They spoke so eloquently in the chambers while they do it. These days, I'm a Cro-Magnon. I'm going to get me a cave club here, and I'm going to beast the shit out of you in this chamber if you don't follow what I'm saying here. Now, damn it, I belong to MAGA, and these things are liars and thieves and everything else at this point. You must believe me because I have the power of the ego, and I will convince you. And how many of these damn politicians are doing this right now, as it is? And how many people do we have right now following this damn crap in the first place? They want leadership, and right now we're going right in sync. I don't want to sell tickets. I sure as hell don't want to sit on the damn sidelines. I want to get the hell away from the damn mob. But unfortunately, that's my entire country going downhill. Because we're listening to this damn mob, and we're listening to some shyster who's trying to stay out of the way while everyone else is going over, and he's going to be laughing his ass off. Do they want this autocratic society? Do they want autocracy? Do they want just a one ring rules them all situation? Or we're going back to the Lord of the Rings where we have Sauron the Great controlling everybody's mind, and therefore we have to do what he says because he is the truth and he is the way? Do I need to remind people, if they wanted to use religion at this point, if they want to use theocracy at this point, and if they want to use their quote-unquote holy books at this point over here to back them up, what they're doing is screwing it up left and right. I mean, hell, it's easy enough to find a phrase over here and try to match it up with whatever's going on right now. But the problem is, you still miss the truth altogether. Christ had it right. Before you clear out the logs in the other guy's eyes, clear them out of your own damn eyes. But you're so damn blind you don't know what the hell's going on. That's why you're going over the hill and taking everybody else with you. And then you're going to be wondering how come you're hearing this laughter all the damn time. Because this guy's having a joke on us. He's enjoying this damn shit. And unfortunately, if you're going to be believing in prophecy at this point over here, as in Revelations, and as in the rapture, perhaps we're entering those times right now. And we got con people bullshitting you left and right. Yeah, I had to say the word, didn't I? But I'm going to say it again. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. But you don't want to hear it. You're going to see elections turning into more and more they're not turning into more and more Republican. They're turning into autocratic. We're turning into Russia. We're turning into China. We're turning into North Korea. We're turning communist. And this is not the liberal doing. This is our own doing. People fail history constantly. They haven't read. They haven't studied. They didn't give a shit. And why? They're too fucking lazy. Library books full of information. They think it's contraband and start burning the damn shit. We're doing Hitler all over again. Yes, I did mention the H word once. We're doing 1930s Germany all over again. One guy managed to whip up an entire country into an insane asylum, war machines, and started trying to kick the shit out of Europe and everywhere else. Makes these crazy-ass deals with everybody else who's going to get a piece of the world. But he's probably going to be choosing, no, I'll just get it all for myself. Starts exterminations. Hell, we're already trying to shove immigrants in everyone else's corner left and right. What I'm not waiting for is when we're getting so damn insane at this point. So we're not going to be housing anybody. We're going to start executing people left and right. And not just in private prisons. I'm talking about making Warsaw ghettos in Auschwitz and Birkenwald and Nuremberg. Every one of those places that put people through work camps. Are we going to be heading towards that one? Are we going to be wearing the jackboots and the matching uniforms and saying this is America now? The land of the free, home of the brave, but screw the U.S. Constitution? This is the land of Trumphood, the land of MAGA, make America great again? If that's the case, we might as well get ourselves wiped off the face of the earth. I'll stand right in front of the damn drop zone over here. Because I don't want to live in that kind of country. I'm an American, damn it. Born and bred, I got a United States Constitution. Says I'm born and bred here. I got a birth certificate. From the city of Los Angeles, from the county of Los Angeles, from the state of California, in the United States of America. I'm a born and bred citizen here. But I don't recognize my country anymore. When we have to start threatening judges left and right and killing off families left and right, when we have to have a federal officer telling what the law is supposed to be and threatening law enforcement officers, is against the Constitution and against the law. You guys want a war with the FBI? Just one asshole out in Florida, he wants to defund the FBI. That damn thing's been here since the days of Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover. He helped create the FBI into a great organization. Granted, during that time, they still had problems concerning about rules and regulations and rights. But it had to take them decades to get it sorted out. These guys I would trust with my life. But they have to follow the rule of law. They have to follow what laws the people of the United States, through our elected representatives, have created. And the problem is, some of those laws do need to be changed. And they still need to be redone through the Congress the correct way. But we're not going to do it. We're right now too damn busy with our own damn egos at this point over here. We want to destroy ourselves. We want to destroy our country at this point over here in the name of what? In the name of Trump? In the name of MAGA? In the name of maggots? I'm a libtard calling them maggots. I'll probably get bounced off of Facebook, and I'll probably get bounced off of YouTube for this one. But damn it, I can't stand these guys. Running off at the mouth left and right, trying to get all the extremists that they can, and thinking the extremists outweigh all the good people who are not extremists. Who are getting sick and tired of all this damn shit. All this gun carrying around, all this damn armament. And then threatening the Congress, and they're doing their job concerning about a constitutional duty that needed to be changed. We're changing from one leader to another leader by constitution, by vote, by our rights, by everything that made our country great. But no, that wasn't it. You had to listen to some asshole who wanted to keep his job. So he's managed to break every damn law he can to do it. I'm sorry. I've got no pity for you guys. You wanted a war. You wanted a war so damn badly. The weekend warriors want to shoot anything, everything that they've got. They want to make sure that their land is their greatest. Well, if Putin starts coming over here, so does China and North Korea, and starts shaking hands with the president at the same damn time, while he's selling out our secrets to everybody. You ever heard of the movie Red Dawn? Patrick Swayze in it. God rest his soul. Hell of an 80s movie during the time when we actually had the Russians and the United States going head to head in the Cold War, coming at the end of it. And we had to show during this time what an invasion of our country was like in middle America. A middle America town run over by Cuba. Going through Mexico and into the country. Overseen by the Russians. The Union Soviet Socialist Republic. Something like that anyway. I'd only seen it a few times in my life. And it still scares the hell out of me. And if we actually get into if we happen to get into a nuke battle, I'm too damn close to an airbase right now as it is. I'd rather have the nuke drop on me or on my town at this point, get us out of the fight. Because I know there's going to be a hell of a lot of people over here are going to be pissed off more at the United States government than they are concerning about the guy who just dropped a nuke on us. Me, I'd rather get it done and over with so I don't have to deal with both idiots. Because if I do, they're not going to like this particular force of nature coming out. And I'm not going to like myself going crazy either. Not right. I've seen people cursing and cussing left and right over stuff like this. We lost our way. We lost what it was like being Americans. What the idealism was. We're supposed to be sharing. We're supposed to be plurality. We're supposed to be acknowledging at least, if not accepting, but just acknowledging that we are all different. And the problem is, it got to the point where we lost that a long time ago. We built up the extremes because we couldn't stand what the government was doing. Well, nobody likes what their government's doing these days. We want a nice, transparent government, but the problem is they still have to keep some things under wraps. With good reason. But you don't like it. But that's why they have the Freedom of Information Act to get that information out. And yes, you do have the right to do the 25th Amendment. Only if you think our leaders are not worthy of our trust. We put faith and trust in these schmucks that go into Congress and the Senate every single session. Because we're hoping they're not trying to kill us or screw us over. But in the process, they're killing us and screwing us over left and right. Why? Because we put our faith and trust in these schmucks. And then we get some of the people saying, No, that's not right, No. The sky is falling. It's falling chickens. Well, funny, I haven't seen Foster Farms bombing us yet. I haven't seen any chickens dropping on us. You gotta be kidding me. There's a bunch of chickens bombing us left and right. Yeah, right. So naturally, we've got to keep believing this damn shit. And this is the kind of thing that America's buying right now. And this is why the other countries are wondering whether or not we're going to be surviving or not. The world's greatest nation, we called ourselves. The world's greatest superpower. With the world's biggest ego. Well, it's time to get that ego popped. Time to get humility and humbleness. And understand where our place is in the world. People still want to think that we're going to be the greatest. We can't be the greatest. We lost it a long time ago. Why? Not because of the politicians or the other groups. We lost it because we did it to ourselves, individually and a collective group. We allowed ourselves to be listening to some schmucks that kept telling us bullshit all the time we couldn't even verify, neither could they. Elections were fixed. Elections were not fixed. They were proven that the systems were working. It's been working for 240 plus years. But now it's broken? Now it's broken? So now we're going to be blaming it on Russia. Now we're going to be blaming it on China. for the getting us. Now we got to blame it on this, and now we got to blame it on that. No, you blamed it on the guy who's putting the poison in our damn brains at this point over here. The system works. We still elect leaders left and right. But now it doesn't anymore. Now the whole Constitution doesn't work anymore. Now you don't trust the justice system anymore. Maybe we do need to be nuked out of existence here. Maybe we do. Because we sure as hell don't like or trust each other, so we might as well kill each other. How about that one? You think I'm bluffing on this one? I would love to make it a bluff. I would love to make it into a freaking joke at this point over here. But right now, we're doing this to ourselves. I don't need to make it into a joke. We got schmucks coming into federal offices trying to kill us left and right. Remember McVeigh? Damien McVeigh? That asshole and his other schmuck goes into Oklahoma City federal building because he can't stand the government. So he's going to make a martyr out of people and himself. But he didn't make a martyr of himself. He died in prison. Executed. Good. Because he killed a hell of a lot of innocent people in a damn thing. Because his brain went screwy. He listened to all those extremists thinking the government was out to get him. He was only getting him. His only subconscious was getting him. That was the thing. But he got what he deserved. He got killed. Somebody's going to bring up Ruby Ridge. Decisions were made, and decisions were faulty. They could have been handled a little bit more peacefully. But no, you bring out the guns, and this is what happens. You have a nuke fight. Waco, Texas. That's another thing conservatives forgot, but they'll bring it up anyway. David Koresh and his nut jobs in there, armed to the teeth and loaded up for bear, and they're going to be following Christ or following David Koresh or both. Christ would be crying out like crazy, "Why are you doing to me, children? My children, why are you doing this? We're following you! Not with that lunatic in there." They wouldn't listen. They followed David Koresh to his death. Of course, Christ never came over there. But if he had come down to heaven and tried to argue with David Koresh and everyone else, would they have followed Christ instead of David Koresh? Would we have had the burning of Waco, Texas? I'm not blaming it on Christ. I'm just saying a what-if scenario at this point over here, because we all know what happened to Waco, Texas. We all know. Just check out history. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you guys understand history books? Can you actually understand language? I mean, can you actually fathom this and have it sink into your head? You read it through your eyes. You hear it through your ears. And if you're blind, you can go through Braille. That works too. I'm not trying to insult the handicapped people out there. I'm just trying to tell you different ways of understanding history. David Koresh died because he was on that job. He forced this situation down the government's throat, and someone over the government side said, "Okay, that's it, rush him." And all hell broke loose. It could have happened over here in Oregon. We had a federal office taken over. Taken over by cattlemen and by others, because they wanted a better court dealing in another state. And they blamed the government regarding their land issues. Long story on that one. But at least it was a peaceful ending. They didn't have to kill anybody. The January 6th incident hell, insurrection. Whipped up by a president who wanted to keep his office at all costs. Now he had the power. Now he went nuts. So now everyone's going nuts. The only way we're going to be able to end this damn thing, if they want to destroy the country, we're going to have it destroyed and rebuilt all over again. Unless, of course, we can appeal to the better natures of everyone's angels, if they actually have any better angels, or any better natures, or any of the sort. And if we can do that, if we can tell them to knock this shit off, if enough good people can tell the extremists, will you knock this shit off? This is our country too. We're damn near not going to destroy the country over your damn antics. Toddler brains. And that's what they all are, toddler brains. They want this shit? They want to act like they're big and bad and tough? Then bring it on. You want a war? Let's have a war. You guys want to have a Cro-Magnon fight? Fine, let's have a Cro-Magnon fight. Let's get some big ass sticks and start beating the shit out of each other. Will that help you solve the problem concerning about how the country is supposed to be running? Do you want your brains bashed in? Do you want the whole entire country to go after each other and have a nice major civil war at this point? Do we need to bring guns and artillery at this point over here? Do we need to create more bodies? Do we need to create more body bags? Do we need to get more crematoriums going? How about mortuaries? Do we have enough plot line for that? I mean, apparently we're so self-intent of destroying our country. Why not? Just disintegrate it, and call it a day. Because I'll tell you something. Every one of the damn ancestors have actually sacrificed everything they can for this country. Will be forever shaming us into eternity. Because we allowed it to die on our watch. We allowed the United States of America to die on our watch. Because we were that stupid. I'll say it again. We were that stupid. We still are stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. We fail at history. We fail at learning about history. We think history is a joke. We think history is fake. History is made of a lot of events recorded and unrecorded. Events happening before us before we even know about it. And we're only just getting a little bit of history of what's going on. And how about the history of humanity that was passed down generation to generation? Word of mouth, specifically. This was done with our holy books. Before we did the etchings on stone and on paper, finally, on papyrus. We had to learn it word, per syllable, per vowel, per consonant, per letter, per special characters. We had to learn our history verbally and had to make sure we had it right. And we didn't have it right. If we did have it right, we were lucky enough. And if we didn't have it right, well, we got our asses chewed out, didn't we? But how are we supposed to know in this damn generation? We got electronics. It's supposed to be foolproof, right? Only what we put into the damn electronics in the first place. And only if we remember how to do it right in the first place. And only if we have the right information to do it in the first place. Is the information right or not? Is all that information lousy or not? All the books that we keep writing? Everyone else's point of view concerning about history, their own viewpoints concerning about history. People keep forgetting that history is also made up of the collection of stories. Of stories! Of things talked about, discussed, shown to people. Histories, pictures, knowledge, stories. What, you guys never heard of anything like that before? You guys are shameful. Absolutely cruddy shameful. I called myself an American. I called myself a Californian. I called myself an Angelino in the city of Los Angeles and county of Los Angeles. It's where I was born and raised. It's probably where I'm going to die at. I know who I am. I know where I am. I know what I am. I don't know who the hell you schmucks are. You're lost. But I know one thing. I will fight and defend the Constitution of the United States. I'm not military. I never was in military, but I wish to God I was, and I never had the opportunity to get in there. Because if I did, I'd be defending my country. My country. Not this maggot bullshit Now it's the extreme shit that we have to keep looking at the other guy and say, they're the enemy, go get them. No, because I'd rather nail your ass for saying such stuff like that. We're all Americans. We're theoretically Americans. Unless, of course, we outlawed it already and claim we're no longer Americans. Are we Americans? Are we even human? I don't know who the fuck you guys are. Last time I checked, I was human. I was American. I rant and rave like a damn son of a bitch at this point over here, like a madman, because I'm sick and tired of all this bullshit. I'm tired of it. And there's no way for me to stop the damn thing. But I still have freedom of speech. I still have I still have air in my lungs. I still have the ability to type if I have to. I'll continue my channel the way it is. I'll still talk about grieving and mental health and illness and everything else. Because right now I think our country is entitled to putting itself into a straitjacket and putting itself into locked rooms for a while. Screw the corner. We need padded rooms with straitjackets. We all need it. Because we're all not getting along with each other. So we all need timeouts at this point. Yours is starting.